How's it going, Chasers? I hope you're having a kick-ass week. Today we're here with the crew from Bourbon Blind, and funnily enough, you guys do blind tastings, right?
Right.
That's your jam.
That is
hilarious. That's what we're doing today, guys. Welcome to Still everyone. I'm Jesse, and this is the channel all about chasing the craft and making it a legitimate hobby. Today we're here with these guys from Bourbon Blind, and we got something kind of special in store for me and us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't get to know what it is.
Nope.
Right. Because we're going to be
We're
tasting
doing
blind.
everything blind.
Okay. I get it. So basically you need me to piss off?
And he's going to go with you. You guys are going to go chat.
We're
So
both gonna
you
go
guys
piss
are going to
off.
be stuck with me for a couple seconds, and I'm going to tell you guys get to know what they're drinking before they get to know.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright. Let's go.
And you guys get to find out if I'm full of shit.
That's not it. That's not going to be what I'm going to pour. Hey, Stillet followers. Normally, I know you guys are used to a little bit different program, but here we are doing our Bourbon Blind. And the guys right now are outside. They don't know what they're going to be drinking, and they're going to tell you what they think of it if I can get this bottle open. And then they're going to tell you what they think of what's in their glass. And then something a little bit different. They're going to give you a dollar amount based on the taste they get. So I just popped the top on our Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Small Batch. It is 133 proof, and we will see what they think of this. And I'm going to sit in, so yep, I know what they're drinking. I won't say nothing. Absolutely amazing. So I'm going to hide the bag, or hide the bottle in the bag. And I'm going to go get guys, and we'll see what they think of Elijah Craig.
So,
We have a mystery beverage.
we do.
Okay, it's bourbon.
Okay.
That it is.
I don't think it's a rye, but it's definitely...
Oh, well, yeah, it could be a rye.
But I don't think it is, though. And like our show's Bourbon Blind, but at the same time, like we do rye whiskeys on it, because it's all
We
that,
do, it's all
that
that
same
family.
American kind of...
Yeah.
You know what we haven't done is any American whiskeys on it, have we? I don't think so. I think we've stuck
Or
in...
like a corn whiskey or...
Oh, I was thinking Jack Daniels.
Oh, right, yeah.
Tennessee sipping whiskey.
Right.
But anyway.
Which is technically bourbon, right?
It technically is, yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a bourbon.
It is.
Don't tell anyone in the States that, though. Or I should say, don't tell certain individuals in the States that. They get really...
Especially where we live, because we're like 15 minutes from
Yeah,
Jack
we're from...
Daniels.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't tell a Tennessean that. There we
Yeah.
go. That should be a little bit more classification.
I'm getting pretty traditional bourbon
Right.
sort of things going on here, right? Like it's pretty
Yeah.
big, it's pretty bold, it's corny, it's candy,
That kind of like vanilla caramel kind of...
a little bit of sort of cherry.
I will say when we first sat down, I got a ton of ethanol. on
Yeah,
it.
it kind of hit me
But
pretty
now
hard
it's
too.
but now it's kind of
Yeah, actually, I was going to say, before we went on that little side note there, I was going to say that I was guessing it was a really high proof,
right.
like 55 plus, but now it's mellowed out, which is interesting.
So
Alright, should we go in?
yeah, absolutely.
Cheers, team.
guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
And I'll tell you right now, I do not know bourbon, so I'm not going to be able to like even pretend to know what this is, like what label it is.
Generally, we don't guess.
We don't guess labels at all.
Like I've noticed in the beginning, like the very first start of my
Ooh.
there's a lot going on in there.
That is really creamy and buttery.
I definitely think high proof
Mm.
for sure.
I don't know if it's crazy high though. Like, compared to that initial sniff that I took on it,
Right.
I was going to say it's like 58, pushing 60. Now I'm
Right.
thinking like maybe 53. But it
That
does...
puts it at 106 proof.
Is what, sorry?
106 proof then.
53% would be 100.
Yeah. But it does have a lingering prickle to it, which is actually almost like rye sometimes. But I think this is alcohol, not rye prickle, because I'm not getting any of
Yeah.
the flavour.
I can see why you say that.
I'm not getting the earthy...
Dilly kind of
Yeah, I'm not getting that at all.
Spearmint.
minty.
Mm-mm.
No. This is freaking amazing though. I like it.
So it's funny, you pop it in your mouth, and it kind of feels like it's going to go nowhere, and then it just ramps up, and you go, oh, okay, here we go.
Right.
And then it just keeps
building
just keeps
and
going.
building.
Yeah. And then it actually does the same on the aftertaste too, even after you swallow. Like a second or two later, you take another breath, and then the cherry comes back or the vanilla comes back.
It's almost got like a cola kind of. The like dark sweetness kind of.
Yeah, like but more like
Cherry cola.
Yeah, or like Soda Stream.
Right.
You know, like not Coke.
I know what you mean,
like a homemade cold syrup.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I think the proof's up there.
Yeah,
I could be totally wrong, but
definitely north of 50, I would say.
Oh yeah.
It starts heading towards chocolate, but then pulls itself back, which I think is probably the cola thing.
Yeah,
right?
like, I was just thinking that that's that same kind of path.
Yeah. It never gets to cocoa or like that powdery dark chocolate thing. It doesn't get there. It's definitely got caramel, lots of caramel.
Oh yeah.
It's not crazy oaky though. Actually,
it is like it's still going for me though. Like I can still.
You got the Kentucky hug on it.
I can still taste it too. The finish is just totally hanging out for.
But the barrel is pushed more towards the caramel and the vanilla, not the oak. It doesn't taste like sawdust.
Right. No, it's got like there's a little bit of oak in there, but it's not overpowering.
No, not at all. Yeah.
At all.
So.
But like it's got a lot of color on it.
Oh yeah, it's dark. Like, you guys are probably finding it a little bit hard to see that from back there, but it is very dark.
So being in the hotel room doesn't help.
Are you willing to start talking price points, or you want to just dissect this a little bit more?
Okay, so generally what these guys do when they blind taste a bourbon or whatever you do, instead of trying to guess the name of the spirit or give it a 5 out of 8
10.
or 3/16 out of don't get me started, guys. Yeah. They'll guess a price point, which I think is cool. It's a great idea, right? It's like, what would you be willing to pay for this, to have it in your house and be able to drink it?
Right, because for us, like, especially the way the secondary market is and everything else, all that kind of craziness, like, you know, some stores are charging secondary prices, and it really comes down to us as drinkers, because we like to drink our whiskey, you know what I mean? We open the vast majority of what we get, and it's like...
Oh, we do open all of it.
Oh yeah, there's nothing that we won't open.
Like, wait a minute.
We have so many.
Wait a minute, that phrasing was wrong.
You're not collectors. You're drinkers.
No, we're drinkers. Now, whether it gets open today or 2 years from now is the question.
Right, but for us, it's like, would I be willing to rebuy this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or like I'll just from doing this so much, the way my brain works now. Like if I go to a bar or a bottle share or something like that, like a whiskey gathering, and everyone brings different bottles. Like, I generally go towards stuff that I haven't had before.
Me too.
And I get, a pour about what's in your glass, and it's just a real quick in my head, like, how much would I be willing to pay for this?
Yep. And then, how much does it cost?
Yeah. How much does it cost? And then that ratio, like, do I need to buy this or not? Is what what I'm just like.
100%. Yeah.
I'll try it, and I'll make a little mental note and say, okay, I need to buy this. Okay, I need to buy it. Okay, I don't need this one. Like,
or better yet, why the hell did I pour this in my glass?
But in saying that, I think I'm kind of similar to you guys. I would rather drink something that I've never had before and decide I don't like it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Than drink something that I know I love. 9 times out of 10.
I do both. I have to go both ways because, like, I balance it. I'm like, ooh, first off, I look at proof because I can't. I'm odd. But we'll leave it at that. And then I'm like, okay, what haven't I had? And then it's like, okay, I go, haven't had. So that way you can temper your mouth to be like, okay, well, my mouth's not off. I know. Sometimes when you eat certain foods, your moods change or whatever.
Yeah, you need to calibrate.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you go to a Booker's and you don't like it,
I know that something is seriously wrong with me today.
So I think this is really good. I would have.
So you would pay $60 for it. With that being said,
100%. I would pay more for this if I wasn't. And like, for example, I'd love to try and recreate this on the channel. In which case, I'd pay much more for it. Then I'd pay like $90 for it. Easily.
I'm in that like $120 price range for this easy.
Wait, are you converting back for me?
No.
Okay. I'd saying if I was I'd spend $95 American on this easily. Yeah, so that would be 160 New Zealand.
I feel like it's got.
Sorry, that's just.
Actually, probably a little bit more. Yeah.
It's crazy to think of like the conversions.
Yeah, that sucks.
I mean, it's got the proof. It tastes like it's got the age. I mean, it's it's everything I want a bourbon to be. You know, like it's not anything crazy outside the box, but
that's the one down thing for me, is that
it's very traditional.
It's very traditional, but a little bit better.
Right.
And I tend to value, not unicorns, but something that's
different.
Weird. Mm-hmm. Because if it's a little bit weird, then it's fun to think about why it's weird and how to recreate it, or how to make it, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
And there's something going on there that I want to know what it is.
Right.
But in saying that, having something that's really, really good but traditional is kind of the same thing, right? It's why is this
so good and so traditional?
Exactly.
Like how did they get that textbook profile?
Because it is. That's
it's textbook bourbon.
So I'll have to say I'm a lot like you, except I'm like that with everything. Like, why do you want a diamond that's completely flawless when you can have the one that has the crystals in it? So I completely understand.
Or food. Like, why do you do the same thing every night? Like, let's go get something weird.
I went raw.
Right? Like,
yeah. I can't get Vietnamese in my... Actually, we can get really good Vietnamese for us, but... Like, so for me, I can't get Mexican. I'm in Texas.
Right.
I'm going to stuff my face with tacos.
Tacos are for lunch.
And barbecue.
Right.
All right. So do you want to start...
So should we reveal it? So you're in it for 120.
I think even maybe 140. I mean, I really, really like this.
This is really good. This is really good.
It's like
that's really nice. Yeah. I also haven't explored bourbon a lot. So I don't have a lot of baseline to say what's different about it.
On that one, because we have over 500 bottles, I found out. Yeah. I found that out in the middle of a live, and I kept my face composed. But I don't know what I'm drinking half the time.
Yeah.
And I don't have, we run a bourbon channel. I know the history of it. I know how to, the mash bills and rah, rah, rah. But when you're tasting something, if it's not peculiar, which are the ones that I always go to, and they stand out in a crowd. So now that we've done our price points, I can actually say this is one of my go-tos.
Awesome.
And I absolutely like it.
Can I do the honors?
Of course.
Please do.
Please do.
Before we do, you guys need to... You know what? I'm just going to cover you up. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Patreons. I totally appreciate it. I'm here, like, literally in Austin, Texas because of you guys. And you can't see it, but these awesome people are hiding behind you right now. I don't get to come here and meet them without you. So thank you so much, team. Ja, 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 ja. Oh,
snap.
There we go.
And the proof, you guys were way off. It's 133 proof.
It does not drink like... I mean, it's got the flavor of it, but...
I will say I took a sip of it when I was doing the intro, and I'm like, yep, that's a little different than what we were drinking before.
Yeah, so for everyone else, that is 65? No, 60...
67?
66.7.
Yeah.
So that's up there.
Yeah, she's up there. I was wrong. Pissing around with between 55 to 60. It doesn't
drink like that.
That first sniff I took,
that's
what it was to
all
me.
ethanol. And then it really mellowed out after that.
Yeah. So maybe it just
you guys can see it.
burnt our receptors out.
Right.
Yeah, so that's delicious. What is the price point of that for you guys?
$60 to $70.
Deal.
Right. Oh, all day long.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've never had this, and I appreciate it because I've always wanted to, because I know that people regard it as like a...
This turned me on to bourbon. Right. I drink bourbon wine, I drink bourbon beer, I drink bourbon chocolate, anything with the bourbon flavors. I love rice pudding. Amazing. Hard sauce has to go on it with bourbon. But one night I was drinking my red wine that is finished in bourbon casks, and I started reaching over and I started drinking this, and not this exact batch, but I fell in love with Elijah Craig.
So thanks a bunch for pouring for this for me, guys.
Absolutely.
It is something that I've wanted to especially this version of it. Yeah, this is great. I've still got a little bit left. I'm going to savor that last little sip.
For me, it's one of those ones like we said, it's a textbook bourbon.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's also like a benchmark. Like if you're going to put out a bourbon for $100 or more, it better be at least that.
Yes.
Good. For $60, $70, it's 12 years old, barrel proof, unfiltered. It's everything you want.
It's good. Yeah.
Definitely benchmark.
Yeah. So thanks a bunch for coming and hanging out, guys. If you like this sort of video, team, I know it's different for us, but I like to throw some different stuff in there every now and again. If you like these sort of videos, make sure you go and check their channel out. I would have put a link up earlier in the video, and there is a link down in the description as well. So by all means, team, go check them out. Let them know that you've come to check them out, and drop a comment in their comment section as well. So thanks a bunch, team.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That'll let me know that you want to see a little bit more like this. We won't do it often, guys, but every now and again we'll sprinkle it in. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, make sure you do it now, and I'll catch you next time, guys. See ya.